Oh man, DJ Akademiks wants revenge on all the media guys that spoke out after he allegedly got slapped. Now last night during the Grammys, after tap dancing for Trump and all the MAGA people out there, Nicki Minaj went on a rant on Twitter. Surprise, surprise. If you guys do not keep up with Nicki Minaj's Twitter account, congrats. Now every other day, Nicki Minaj is on Twitter calling out Rock Nation and also Jay-Z. Nicki Minaj's Twitter account looks like an obsessed stan that tweets about conspiracy theories all day. Any minor inconvenience that happens to Nicki Minaj, you guys want to know who she blames on Twitter for it? Jay-Z and Rock Nation. If she's walking and she trips over her feet, she's blaming Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Now, after getting flamed at the Grammys by Trevor Noah,
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look.
Nicki Minaj went on Twitter to go in on Jay-Z again. She went on to post old pictures of Jay-Z and Aaliyah, Jay-Z and Beyonce. She said, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out here with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have his head on a platter. The guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. DJ Akademiks saw Nicki Minaj going in on Jay-Z, so he goes on to call out all the media.
I gotta say, is that true that Aaliyah was 16? Like, is that confirmed, or is she just saying that? Because that's crazy. It's been some wild allegations. Now, I can't say Jay-Z is completely guilty, or just it's just you shouldn't be on the Epstein list. You get what I'm saying? Now you got people pandering to him, saying, oh, it's not true, Charlamagne the God, when Charlamagne the God just a month ago was saying anybody on the list, get him out of here. Now he's saying, since it's somebody like Jay-Z that's on the list, don't believe the list, which is crazy. I just want to sit and wait to see how it all plays out, because this is nasty work. Let's keep going.
Guys that were talking about him allegedly being slapped. Akademiks called out Joe Budden, Wayno, Company Man, and also Wack 100 to speak on these quote-unquote accusations by Nicki Minaj. Here's what he said.
The next tweet, Nicki says, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of a blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Ooh, double entendre, I would believe. She then tweets, Trevor refuses to come out of the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend. She does say allegedly, though. So Nicki's a little bit aware of not getting sued. She said, they sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about the abuse I suffered. She's also accused them of supposedly messing with like something of the sort like that, right? They've been trying to stall all my projects in hopes I'd lose a bunch of money and beg them for help. Their leaders still think it's a joke. The destruction that's about to come down on them isn't funny. I told y'all, leave me alone. Now you'll understand why you should have just sat there and taken your meds. She says, imagine if a 30-year-old rapper was out there with a 16-year-old in this day and age, and how y'all would have had his head on a platter.
Which is crazy.
The guy was hugging and humping on teens in broad daylight. Hey, all y'all niggas who love comment on me, bro. Everybody, hey, I'm going to keep it a bean with you. Hey, oh, let me signal here. Hey. I seen everybody do think pieces on supposedly a non-existent event that didn't happen. But I seen everybody role playing on podcasts what is happening if I got slapped or not, which it didn't happen, but whatever, cool. I'll let y'all rock with that. But I need all of y'all to keep the same energy and talk about this. Joe Budden, I can't wait to watch your next podcast. Wednesday can't come quick enough. This picture look crazy. If I watch the next Joe Budden podcast and y'all don't put this picture up and be like, yo, this looked like a preteen boy with a grown-ass man, and this shit was wrong, I know y'all biased. Wayno, I need you to talk about this one. Wayno, need you to talk about this one. Wack 100, everybody. The Company Man, oh yeah, Elliot Wilson. Elliot. There's no more Drake news coming for you, brother. This is what you need to talk about. This don't look right, gang. Elliot. Why does this picture look like this? Bro, she don't even got breastises. She don't even need a trainer, bro. Like, she don't even go through puberty. Elliot! Yo, bring back, what's the name of that shit that they canceled? with DJ Dickhead. What's the shit? I forgot it. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas had a short run, man. They ran at the top with Short and Leprechaun.
That was crazy.
They were never at the top. What's the name of that shit called? Bigger Picture. Nah, y'all need a special episode. This is the thumbnail. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Right here. Ebro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me look at their views. Ebro been flopping. You remember they're like, yo, we're gonna do the morning show. Ebro.
Now, there's so many reasons why nobody is going to take these tweets and these claims from Nicki Minaj seriously, but the most obvious one is that nobody wants to deal with lawsuits over unproven claims. This is just Nicki Minaj repeating internet gossip. Nothing she said about Jay-Z is a fact or anything she's actually witnessed herself. These are just talking points from Nicki Minaj's fans, the fans that hate Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and she's only just regurgitating it on her Twitter platform.
Yeah, I would say, because all this is alleged, but you do have the right to report on it. You get what I'm saying? Like in my previous videos, I've been reporting on it. And I'm going to continue because I reported on the other parts of the Epstein files. So why wouldn't I continue to report on this? You get what I'm saying? So you can report on it, but he isn't guilty. He isn't guilty in this situation. This is, there was a report saying that this happened to a young female. And she said it was happening to her throughout her life. But that doesn't mean that he was found guilty. But there's also a lot of other situations with young girls and underage girls with the boy that was saying that was his dad, but his mom was underage. That's why he didn't want to get the DNA test. Allegedly Foxy Brown was underage. Allegedly Aaliyah was underage. Allegedly when he first started courting Beyonce, she was underage. I don't know. But what I do know is I've never had any of those accusations on my life or nobody I know personally. And it's just, you got to report on it when it's one person and he has multiple accusations like that. You report on it, but it doesn't make it necessarily true in the court of law, but you got the right to report on it. Let's keep on.
Now, secondly, if you guys watch the Joe Budden podcast, Joe admits his Jay-Z bias almost every podcast. Joe does not try to hide his biasness to his Jay-Z. As a matter of fact, it's actually a running joke on the podcast that it's a couple people Joe would not speak badly about. Jay-Z, Diddy, well, before all that weird shit came out, Jim Jones, Fabulous, and a couple more people. So nobody is going to be shocked if Joe decides not to cover this. And lastly, let's be honest here. They know Akademiks does not care about this topic. Akademiks just wants other people to jump in and help him attack Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Most people in media have their biases. The same way Akademiks is not going to cover unverified news and claims about Drake or 6ix9ine is the same way Joe is not going to cover unverified news and claims about Jay-Z. And especially not claims from Nicki Minaj out of all people, because 2 weeks ago, Joe Budden...
Yeah, I can't necessarily say that, Chigs. And shout out my man Chigs. It's your boy Jet Ski G. We back with another banger. Act does actually cover things about Drake that aren't verified. Now, whether or not he gives it a whole segment and actually talks in depth and actually believes it, but he'll cover it. The Joe Budden podcast, they actually act like things never happened. They actually like to act like it just never happened. It never was a thing. It never was nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like with Jay-Z, he avoids every conversation. With Fabulous, it's not just Joe Budden. I remember the situation with Fabulous and Emily where it was all throughout everywhere. Allegedly, he knocked her teeth out. You didn't see it on the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden. Nobody talked about it. So when you have media that can be controlled and bought like that, you really shouldn't take their opinions serious. You should just see them as entertainment because they're not going to give you the truth. And shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. I'm entertained when I watch them sometimes, but I know when it comes down to serious conversations, they're not going to give you the truth. They've already been bought. And that's okay. That's their business model. All right. But with this situation, we're going to continue to follow it. Jay-Z isn't guilty in this situation, but I have been saying, I don't know anybody close to me who has all these allegations. I could count on my fingers, and I've just never had these allegations or any of my friends. And it's say if you had one person named Mike and he has over 5 allegations, you'll be like, let me report on Mike, because Mike is it's getting a little weird. It's getting kind of weird. But y'all drop it in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Are y'all keeping up with the Epstein files? I'm keeping up with it. I think it's disgusting. Protect the children. Leave children alone. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Definitely hit that like button if you want kids left alone. It's your boy Jet Ski G. If ain't nobody told you to love y'all, you know I love y'all. I'm out, y'all.